Hello everybody and welcome to part 25 of Assaltya. Before we get started, since money's good enough to buy a factory and we won't even need to for another 8 turns, I think we should probably get to call on to working something a little more, direct with our goals. We don't actually need a factory here all that soon. So that's one change I wanted to make. Secondly, I've been thinking about this situation, and I think burning down Ardia makes sense. We've seen how fast we can take down a 30 strength city. This is a 27 strength. Here we'll have 4 spots if you leave a spot for melee. Should be able to take that down in 2 turns just like we did here. We won't really need hexes to heal up in. We know when we pass a turn they're going to attack here. Hopefully we can do this in a way that this can be what captures the city. And then this guy can heal up and we'll have 2 caravels over here, although we only need the 1. So, let's go ahead and annex the city and say raise it. And there we go. Remind ourselves where the new camp is. It is outside of Venice. These guys are already headed that way. So, we'll put our eyes in the bay and pass the turn. Not much going on at this point, although there is a musket man over by Cersei, which apparently has retreated. Oh, looks like we got a camel archer. Sweet. Alright, Soul has grown. Let's go ahead and lock that in. I think after the cargo ship here, we might be building the Artists Guild. Culture's starting to slow down, our policy flow rather, and once we get our factories up. So in keeping with that, I'm thinking it might be a good idea to get this city growing. It's still going to take a while, so right now we could pull off here and here, strip 5 food off of the land to populate, or we could just take from the workshop to keep the city growing. That way we can work max hammers. I don't know, but I want to keep that option open. Nimrod loves the king. Okay, bank is finished here. We're not going to build a factory because this is where we would buy one. So we'll just go on to zoo there. Nineveh grows. There's that. So now factory's down to 6. This factory's in 7. So again, we don't need to buy a factory just yet. Okay, so we pick up a camel archer. We'll give him flat. We'll have the worker jump in the water. We'll come into Cersei. We can save that for next turn. Or maybe we won't need to. Let's find out. Yeah, because we did burn the city down, so happiness is actually doing quite well, all things considered. So let's see. On average, we're going to be doing 27 here. 154. 27 times 5 is about a 125. So we'll probably want all 5 frigates on that, if possible. Okay, so this guy's really far away. Oh yeah, we still have prompts to deal with, don't we? Yes, we do. We'll give him Coastal Raider since he's about to attack a city. Maybe, hopefully. Sure would be nice. There is some rough in here. Keep in mind this only matters on offense. So there's that. Let's have the camel archer head towards Mediolanum, be the human monument over there. He can be the human monument there. Right, so let's get into the action here. Wind up to here, take our shot. We can fill in the gap there, take the shot. We're just going to take all our shots here. It's looking pretty good, actually. What we got here? Only 19. This is threatening to do 21. Let's give it a shot. Hey, there we go. We got extra money. Nice. View city. Whoops. Hey, look at that. We got a coliseum and a zoo. We really only need this city as a staging ground for Rome. It'll be nice to have a place not only to land our army, but to upgrade to riflemen, the musketmen that are coming over. So what if we raised the city but kept it at 1 pop? This way we can make a lot of money off of all these buildings here. Let's see, we have Harbor is 30 and 2, also Workshops 30 and 2. We don't really need the city building anything else, so let's strip away its hammer capacity. Alright, so that means this caravel might as well start coming over here. Oh, you know what? We could have used this as a tile to pass through because this is a bit of a choke point. I hadn't considered that. So 3, 4, just to get some eyes here. 5, we can push through next turn. So all of this is taken care of. Alrighty. So I was thinking about this, and we don't really want to upset Singapore. We're juggling a bunch of cities over here. We're probably going to be burning them down about as fast as we can get them, or at least holding them at one pop. So the happiness might actually be good. We do have a cargo ship coming up in, like, what, next turn? We'll probably have a turn to transplant it. So yeah. Anyways, the happiness we could get from this might be a little more valuable than the culture we get from this. So I don't think I want to bully Singapore. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That brings us closer. We can take a look at what happens here. 75. Military near city state 0. Interesting. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He can come up this way for now. And let's see what that does. Still 0. Military near city state. Okay, so I don't know what to make of that. You would think that the boats, at least, because they can attack. It's coastal. Either way, let's just keep everybody moving in that direction. Mostly going to be landing on... let me take a look at this real quick. We just captured a worker over here, so we now have 2 workers over here. And that's all we really needed. So let's go ahead and delete this guy. You know what? This might actually be excessive firepower. I wonder if some of this should start diverting towards, like, say, India or something. But for now, our Navy is going to be going around dismantling every city it can. And, of course, our city-states and dissidents probably did a great job neutralizing. Okay, let's go ahead and land these guys here. Let's see, these guys are heading down to this camp down here. He's coming up to continue to develop Nineveh just because he's heading up to the camp up here. Okay, this tile frees up, so let's go ahead and finish the road on that square. Pikemen, alright, that shouldn't take long. We can, let's see here, get eyes on the camp there, good. We'll go ahead and hop in the water, get down to here in 2 turns. Nicely done. Hey, we got eyes on yet another city tile, that's always handy. Use this turn to heal that guy up. We have privateers coming in from the west, and caravels are more like scout types, so we probably will head for Assaltya next just because it's right here. It'll be easy to knock down. But I'd like to start getting scouts like out to this side of this land mass and this side of this land mass. We don't know if it's continuous all the way through. If we find that it is, we can just burn this all the way to the ground. Let's see. He wants to get in the water, so we'll do that. And that appears to be everything except for this. The duplicate wine is coming in the form of Mediolanum. And I don't think we're going to burn the city all the way down at first, but once we get rolling, we probably will. Will that take 30 turns? It might. And, you know, we are working towards ideology, so let's see what we got here. How much money does he have? He's only got 5. We could probably do that strictly in iron. So let's see. If we can do this strictly with iron, we should. Okay. No? Okay. 5. There we go. 6 for 5. Not the worst case in the world. Alright, we're at the point now where it's kind of hard to stretch this out in a way that we can see everything we would. But on the other hand, there's very little going on. Alright, that musket man has come back. The city's healing though, and he can't take it by himself, so Worst case scenario, we could just finish the burn. Singapore targets nearby encampment. Okay, so that's a sealed deal, in my opinion. It's probably talking about the newer camp, though. But that's fine, because we're going to be getting on that soon. Can we finish this now? I mean, we could risk the high roll, but since he's damaged, let's go ahead and just heal. Let's see here. Workers finishing up there and there. And then greens real quick. Lundy, which we're not in control of. Cusco, which we're not in control of. Alright, looks good to me. He's got more money, so let's find out what it'll give us for the wine. Can you make that 5, sir? He can. Alright, so coal. We have 2 being used. We're going to save 1 for ourselves. So we could sell as much as 4. And then do also keep in mind this goes online next turn. So we could sell all of it realistically, unless we wanted to put up... so we know that he did 6 for 5, which means here he should be doing... We can try 5 for 5 just because it's coal, but I don't think it matters to them like that. Alright, so we sell off everything just to squeak out that extra gold. We're going to have more next turn, number 1 and number 2. He probably is our next target just because, you know, from this point we might as well just wipe the continent in succession. Alright, cargo ship is here. Courthouse only takes 4 turns. So, with the way that we're doing, and it's 6 happiness, I believe. The one in Seoul was. So, let's just do that. Speaking of Seoul, I believe we need to transplant this cargo ship to Seoul, but let's double check that. Singapore from Seoul. Yep. So, there we go. Okay. Coming down. Alright. He can start heading up. He'll take his place. Very good. He can cross the river here. Hops on the hill. Step shoot. Nice. Before we get into all that, let's just take a look here. He's healing, obviously. He wants to come and be human monument. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be next turn. Nicely done. Here, we're going to go ahead and stop city raising. In fact, we could actually hit him. His empire's not quite so unhappy now that we're taking all his cities off his hands. Minor defeat. It's all about getting him to not... Well, at this point, this is the end of the resistance, right? So next turn we'll actually be able to make with the bombard. So even if he hits here, and we should happen to find that a subsequent hit would be devastating, we can bombard and hit him, and then probably not so much. So, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4... We don't know where that cargo ship is heading. Galeas there, that's not a good sign. This guy's healed up. So let's go ahead and just get everybody over here. At least 4 anyways. He comes over. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could start next turn easily. Because of that Galeas over here, I think we should bring over the other one, the other boat also. Let's do it here rather than here, just because if we do need to head back west, this is a better horizontal than this one. I don't think it'll matter, but you know me and best practices. Alright, so he's coming over here. Okay. He can go diagonal one more turn, it looks like. All these guys are heading up, but it's about time to start steering. Man, look at all these units that could be upgraded. It's nutty when you think about all the gold it's going to cost us to do all that. I'm so glad Carl's guide recommended going into that upgrade policy in the honor tree. Alright, come on, Pokey. Let's see here. We could have him come down, him cross the river, I guess. Galeas can shoot there from here. So we need to land this guy. Alright. I'm okay with him tanking that, but not just willy-nilly here. If we could step and shoot that, then I would, but for now, let's just back him up. Wait. This worker, I suppose we should start ripping up these river tiles. So we'll say pre-build a trading post and interrupt. Start taking food away from that city. So that once we do stop at one pop, it can't run away from us. We are risking it getting captured, obviously, and right now there's nothing we can do about that. But, hey, there's a missionary we could intercept. Genghis Khan has declared war on Iffy. Wine from Geneva. I had forgotten about that. Okay, I forgot that they had wine. We could have actually sent our own worker over there to make sure that it happened for sure. Alright, none of that matters. Iffy and India now allies. Wine from Geneva. Okay, that makes that easy. Here's more coal for us. He's willing to buy it again. And I'm willing to sell it to him because, like I said, he's probably next on our hit list. As long as we keep one for ourselves for the factory, which we could buy at any time. So let's see. He was willing to give 5 for 6 before, right? Oh, he only has 1 gold. Oh, and he's willing to do 1 for 1. Interesting. Our favor's actually improved somehow. Decent. Okay. There is the cargo ship. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take this out too. I don't know if stepping here, like when we pass, if we just automatically get it as it starts to move. If not, we'll have to wait 1 more turn here for it to come back. Alright, Assaltya time. Let's have the guy from the back come to here. Shoot. The guy from the front come up and shoot. Oh, we've got all 5 of our frigates here. Whoops. I failed to account for that. We saw that there was a Galeas over here, so let's get to this side. I don't know. I don't know that we want to get to that side. We have, the privateers coming over here. Did we stop this from raising? We did. Okay. So we can put that down at will. We have not sold from here this turn. 2 maintenance. Let's do that. That. Did I forget to sell from here last turn? It kind of looks that way, because it looked like Workshop and Harbor were going to be the first 2 I sold. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks, but we might be holding onto the city for longer than it takes to do all that, so we're going to make sure we select the move command here so we're not shooting at it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, whoops. He only has 4. I don't know why I thought they had 5. I must be thinking Keshiks. But that's okay, because we can pillage 2, 3, 4 next turn. So the fact that he can get shot, not a big deal. If anything, it helps to make sure that this is going to be a safe proposition. Heal. So he needs to get to here. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to do with the extra caravel. I do like the idea of them sticking together, especially knowing that there is a Galeas over here, a Roman Galeas. So, shoot that, and then shoot that. That should be good to go next turn. Melt that city, I like it. Alright, gotta go around. He was in the way there. Heal up. Alright. So there's that. There's that. There we go. Okay, so let's see. This is east. So he can act as a marker for where these guys need to start turning. It's too bad we can't tribute these on the eastern coast of our continent as we go. Don't see the Glius yet. He's fine where he's at, I suppose. Alright, finally clear this out. That gets us rep with Buenos Aires. A little bit of culture there. Nice. Cargo ship to Singapore. That'll get us some happiness. Nice. Do that. Let's see. I don't know. So, what we can do is have this guy be on this side of the river. This guy could be this side. He could be the human monument. And then we'll shift up as things are needed. Let us step here so that on subsequent turns we can step here if need be. And then, can he attack that from the land? I don't think so. No, okay. That's fine. Oh, actually, you know what? It's not fine because boats can zone of control land, so let's do that so that we can't be zone of controlled. We'll go ahead and give the city another growth tile in case we decide we want it. We're not quite yet to the point of letting our cities grow again, although I'm sure ideology will make that a reality. So let's see here. Which of these would we rather crossing him? So there's that. He's in the back. If we say... Oh, finishing won't actually do anything. So I'll tell you what. We'll have him come down here. He can go like that. And then he can come down here. He can go like that. They'll do those two. And then, yeah, that seems to work. And that is everything. So, over here... there's not really anything to watch over here anymore, I don't think. So I think mostly being like this is probably just a little bit better. Meji Castle. Bratislava. Bratislava's way over there. That must be a Bratislava boat. Yep. I was going to say, how did we meet them? Okay, just like I said, we can bombard, and now we're at full health, so we can even attack him. He could have pillaged before and did not. Alright, we'll just do that for now. He says pillage and then slots in. Mediolanum, let's not forget to sell something this turn. There's that. And this worker comes down. This boat heals. Alright. New camp discovered. That is to the west of Ulundi. These guys are not going to be that long, I don't think. I wanted to come up here just because this camp's been here for a minute, so if it throws something off, I want to know about it so I don't walk away while it's still hot. Wow. Okay, Kathmandu desires Red Fort, so what? Singapore established, okay, so happiness is up. New unit from Hanoi, a cannon. That's really funny because, like, we've been getting... So I'll tell you what, we'll have them cross the river, maybe start heading south. Because I was just thinking if this guy could be freed up, we could go take a peek at this camp. It's on the coast, but a coast that doesn't matter to us. What else? Kabul seeks a great admiral. We're indirectly working on that. We don't necessarily want to get one, but with all the boats that we're doing. So that might be something if he requests units. Bratislava seeks investors. We have met Bratislava. Okay, so that's everything there. We did address that. Himeji Castle. I just wanted to refresh my memory as to what that is. Free castle. Combat strikes when fighting in friendly territory. Okay, good for him. That'll make him a little harder to conquer, but it means that once we do, we got yet another wonder to tackle. So, happy to take that off his hands. There's that. Alright, factories are coming along. Palanqu's about to grow. Nothing we can do about that. And at this point, our happiness is such that I'm not too concerned. Okay, this 30 is finally done with all the watery type stuff. So let's get into amphitheater next. We'll go to this list to see who was next. Venice to Budapest or Seoul to Kathmandu is about the same. Both give religion. Budapest is getting closer because we had sent a trade route from there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Converting them does not do anything. So what was the one from Kathmandu? That was probably Seoul, right? Indeed. So let's do that. That way these ones, because I'm pretty sure all these pressure one another. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. No, actually, Kathmandu and Buenos Aires do not. Well, this is lower pop, so this will get converted quicker, which will put pressure on this with our caravan or cargo ship. And we might not even, the game might not even last long enough to see all that. Regardless, same amount of money either way, so let's just do it this way. This way we don't have to deal with the turn of rebasing. Will you do 2 for 3? Probably not. Not by the sound of her voice. But now, 3 for 3? Alright. Good enough. So, 9 happiness, which means we should probably easily be able to take the city. We don't want to, though. Grrr. We want this cargo ship to come back so we can get that plus 200 gold. Alright. Well, what that means then is we can 1, 2. There's the Galeas. We'll have him come back to here so that we intercept that next turn. How many shots will it take to kill this guy? Whoops. Possibly 3. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm okay with him going wide because he wasn't part of the assault down here. And so these guys can come to, say, here. Well, actually, we don't need to stay at range. It's not like we're risking counterattack. Alright, so we'll do that like that. And then we will have him come to here to shoot. And then him come to here to shoot. And then we'll just have to take another shot. That way we can get this cargo ship. Bring him back. We only had him here for eyes. In fact, speaking of eyes, we can actually use our last movement point just to see a little bit deeper. I didn't realize he had the Great Wall. However, we are actively working towards artillery, and that's and I don't mean to suggest that dynamite will eliminate the wall. It doesn't. The civ that has the wall has to get dynamite for it to be no longer useful. I was only bringing it up because this way we'll have units with 3 range, so it'll be easier to take on a civ that has the Great Wall. And look at that, we're finally out of the marsh. He can actually move full hexes subsequent turns. Okay, boom boom, stay in the rough, why not? So he'll come down here, he'll come here, and we can finish up. As for this guy, yeah, it's all pretty meaningless at this point. I guess we'll just step and farm and then come on to one of these farms or something. Gets us on the road. Alright, so next camp is over here. Boom, boom, boom. Seems to time out well. Boom. Oh wait, that's Marsh. Boom. I don't know. He's leading anyways, and rightfully so. He can actually shoot from the gold. So, yeah. Right, because this is not a hill. Correct. Okay, so he could shoot from there. It gives that other guy time to catch up. Okay, don't see a boat, so let's get it on. These guys are just, oops, laying in wait. Repair that hill. Or was it a farm? It says farm, so I guess this was a mine. It makes more sense to be a hill, or a farm, so we'll do that. Not that we're necessarily looking to grow. Okay. It's time for the big swoosh. Hey, look what I found. That's why we wanted tiles over here. So let's have this guy go somewhat wide to intercept. Our movement points are 6. His movement points are 5. So there, that tells us he does not have exploration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So go like this to possibly intercept him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we'll come up here to clear up a little bit of the cloud and kind of start boxing him in. Go ahead and take the hit, because we have a place to heal up over here. That's part of the reason we were keeping it. He has more movement points. Alright, workers coming over for no real reason. Actually, you know what? If he does pillage that furs, it would kind of be nice to be able to repair them. So for now, let's do that. Let's get rid of that guy. Heal. I don't know if they have any movement points left, but okie dokie. So let's see here. These guys are probably all going to want to land at Mediolanum. So we don't need to steer, although we probably should. That caravel, we'll start steering soon. Next turn for sure. Alright. You think this is bad as far as time sink? Wait until we land these guys, then we're going to have to be like deciding their strategic bumping around. Alright, so this is it as far as being past the half-hour mark. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope you agree with me, waiting on the one turn here just to be able to get this X 200 free gold. He could still bump and slide to shoot from here and here if we actually do need 4 shots, but I think it's pretty clear that we will not. Let's just double check, make sure there's nobody we contribute. Please leave me a like and subscribe if you feel that I've earned it, and I will see you guys in the next part. Take care.